Hey, Junpo, how are you? Welcome, welcome, early bird. I hope everybody had a good day. Oh, I need to turn on my closed captions. Hang on one second. Let me get those going. That's why I've got the countdown timer. I seem kind of low again. Okay. All right. Let me mess with my mic volume again. Seems like I have to keep just moving it up and up for no particular reason. That's okay. I don't mind. It's just weird. All right. Gonna move the mic volume up more. Is that better? Is that volume better? Kinda. Okay. Yeah, I've got the microphone volume up quite a bit. Oh, hey Ryan, welcome, welcome. We're just making sure we're checking my mic levels. Um, I moved it up by 15 notches or so on the mic volume, so hopefully that's better. Hey, coding. Yeah. Well, the Code Wars that we did yesterday was so much fun, and decided I wanted to do it again today. I don't know, I don't expect that very many people are going to tune in today, just because it's a holiday for a lot of folks, and you know. But I just figured, hey, I'm going to be doing Code Wars anyway, so I might as well be doing it on stream, right? Yeah. Hey, Zena, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I'm going to get my closed captions going here. One second. Okay, click to start. Okay, they should be going now. Am I trying to get to a certain number on the leaderboard? Not necessarily. I really just wanted to get on the leaderboard, and I'm there now. So, I don't. Yeah, maybe maybe I'll eventually be able to catch Blah. Who knows? That's the pie in the sky goal. You did 50. My goodness. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna get up for just a second. I'm gonna pour myself a cup of tea, and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I am back. Gonna figure out where to set everything. I do my streams at my dining room table, so it's always a little bit of an organizational challenge. Okay. Yeah, Eunice. So we'll actually talk about that a little bit. And I also, I did a bunch of Code Wars in yesterday's stream too. So you can always watch that VOD later on if you would like. We go into that a little bit, how to kind of figure out what a question is asking, but we'll definitely talk about it again today for those of you, who weren't able to join yesterday. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit, how to go through a question and think about, what it's asking, and how you might be able to tackle it. Okay, so looks like it is time to get started. I hope everybody had a good day today. Whether you celebrated the holiday or you didn't, it was a really nice day where I live. So I was able to get outside, and I planted some flowers, and just cleaned up the yard a little bit, and that was really nice. So I hope everybody got to do something fun today. Now we get to do some Code Wars. All right. So I have, for those of you who might be struggling to get into Code Wars, I would suggest that, starting from the homepage, that you go to the practice section and filter. So here, this basically lists every single kata, and you can filter them in various ways. So make sure that you're filtered down to 8 cues only, right? And make sure you're filtered down to just your languages. In this case, my language is just JavaScript. And then also, I would suggest filtering by either most completed or popularity. Those are probably good ones to sort by, and those will give you nice, nice, easy, highly completed ones. So that probably means they're easy to understand. So sort by those things, and that's a great way to get started if you're struggling. Oh, you got to leave work early, Zena. That's awesome. Yeah. Do you gain more kata or experience the higher the queue? I don't know. I've exclusively been doing 8 queues. I haven't really ventured into the higher queues at all. And because my goal here is to try to do every single 8 queue. There's like almost 400 of them. So you can see I have it filtered to 8 queue here. It says there's 390 kata found. Um, there's that many of them, and my goal is to do every single one. So if we filter by kata I have completed, so I've completed just over half of them. And so, yeah, well, I guess not half. Maybe I can't do math. That doesn't seem like it adds up, but hey, whatever. Kata I have not completed, maybe. Is that different? Nope. Okay, well, either I can't math or that's an odd number, but no, it is, no, that's right, because it's 390, not 290. Yeah. So yeah, so I haven't quite done half of them yet. But I am hoping to, by the end of next week, get through all 8 queues. So yeah, that's why I haven't really tried to go like higher, just because that's not my goal. But I will, after I finish all the 8 queues, I'll go into the 7 queues and and do the whole shebang that way too. Because part of my goal too is to try to get through. As you go through more and more of the 8 queues, you start getting. I'm kind of going in order of like. I've been going in order of completed. So like completed or popularity, one of the two. And so as you get down towards the chaff, I guess, they start to get maybe slightly more confusing or more poorly written, and they start to become harder just because they might be harder to figure out what they're asking, right? So I think I was sorting by popularity. Yeah, I was sorting by popularity, so we'll stick with that. What clan am I a part of, Misha? I am in the here. I'll just go to it. Sorry. Where's the? I need to go home here. This is my clan right here. Hashtag 100 devs Leon Noel / Twitch, and I'll paste it in the chat. Yeah, that's my clan. Eunice asks, is there anything that helped me learn array methods better? I generally, when I'm doing Codewars, I always have this javascript.info that we were assigned at one point. It was some of the readings we were assigned at one point from Leon. And I just always have this open. Like I go back to this all the time, and you can see like I even the last thing I did was I copied the array reduce method, just copy and paste it straight into my Codewars. Yeah. Rascal, I know Rascal is a beast. Yeah, Rascal too, who's a frequent guest on my stream here, and very helpful too. Like always coming in with the knowledge. They are way up there. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to catch Rascal. Yeah, they're nuts. They've got it going on as far as Codewars, man. Yeah, and they're super knowledgeable, super helpful. So I hope they make it to #1. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, we're just going to kind of go through some questions, talk through them, think about how to tackle them. All right, so this is a good one, I think, probably to start with. I love these debug questions because basically what they do is they have a function that's already written out, and then you're supposed to go through and figure out what might be wrong with it, right? Zena, you're just happy to be a part of the clan. Yeah, that's awesome. Yep, it's cool to be a part of the clan with your fellow cohort members. So, okay, debug Celsius converter. Essentially, what they want us to do is they want us to find this error in the program that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius. Now, some of these questions can be kind of long, right? Like there's kind of a lot here, and it's important to figure out how to kind of cut through maybe some of the extra wording or the extra backstory. or the extra description to get to what the question actually wants. And it's kind of like somebody said on my stream yesterday, it's kind of like those recipe sites, right? That make you read like 6 pages to actually just get to a recipe. And that's kind of what some of these questions are like. But a good way to kind of cut to the chase as far as what the question is actually looking for can be to actually look at the test cases. So they have these sample tests, down here at the bottom, right? And so if you're ever wondering exactly what the question is, what the question wants from you, you can look down here at the test cases. Oh, hey Rascal, we were just saying how amazing you are at Codewars. Um, but yeah, so if you ever want to figure out what the question is going, first what the question is going to put in, and then what it wants back from you, um, you can look down here at the test cases, right? So down here we have 2 test cases, and we can see that it's going to be passing in a numerical value, whole number of 50, right? And then what it wants back is always the value that's after the comma. So they have these test statements, right? And so you can look at what's being passed in, which is just to the left of the comma, and then what's to the right of the comma is what it expects to get back from you. Okay, so this gives us some context about what's actually going to be going into the question. So they want us to find the errors in the code. You can do a code war, but not figure out a Bluetooth speaker. Oh no. And typically temperatures in the current weather conditions are given in whole numbers. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, basically all they're saying is we're going to give you a whole number. You need to convert it from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Cool. And they give us the equation here to do that. All right, so let's look at this. So yeah, Zena, I feel like people don't look at these test cases, and this is where the magic happens. This is what they're actually going to be putting into your Codewars. And so if you on my stream yesterday, there were some questions where I hardly read the actual question. I was just like, all right, let's just go to the test cases and look at what they're actually going to be giving us, and then what they want back. So I need to mute just for 1 second because I'm going to move my microphone. Okay, there we go. I was having to reach around it before. All right, here we go. So let's do this. So we've got function weather info, and they're going to be passing in a temp. So that's the parameter is temp, and we got so the grammar here, or whatever the syntax looks correct so far. So the parameters in parentheses and bracket, cool. Ryan, yeah, I actually cranked up my mic volume by 15 points. So it feels like I have to keep cranking it up, and then it keeps getting modulated down for some reason. And I don't know why. I'll bump it up another 5. I'll put it up to 70. Yeah, okay, so I'm up to 75 on volume now as far as mic input volume. Is that better? Let me know if my voice sounds better or worse now. Good. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I have to keep cranking it up. And I have no idea why that's happening, but I'm glad it's better. Cool. Okay. I can put it up higher if we need to. But all right, let's look at this. So first off, they're declaring a variable, but that doesn't look right, right? It's like they're declaring it like a, let's see, what are they doing here? Convert. Oh, okay. So it looks like they're setting a property or trying to call. Okay, so they're trying to call this second function down here, it looks like. So, but they didn't call it properly. They called it as just convert when it's the function name is convert to Celsius. And okay, here's the link. There you go. So that's wrong, right? So if they're trying to call this, it's gonna be convert to I can't sell. I'm just like Leon. I can't spell Celsius. There we go. Sorry, Europeans. And also too, it looks like I don't know what they're trying to do here, but looks like they're trying to declare this. So we're gonna say let C equals that. and convert to Celsius. Yeah, this is odd the way this is constructed, but return temperature. Yeah, I don't like the way this is constructed. I think we're going to maybe restructure this a little bit. So I don't think this needs to be two functions, actually. And from what I can see from the test cases, me combining this isn't going to break it. Celsius. Yeah. Yep, just like Leon spelling it weird. So we're gonna change this a little bit. We're just gonna say that because there's no need there. This I mean, sure, if you really want to be super dry, this could be its own function, but I don't think it needs to be in this case. So we're gonna just say, and I see another spelling error there too. Let's Celsius equal temp. So right, because they're passing in temp and we're putting temp in there, and also they even got the equation wrong, right? Because that's temp. What are temp minus 32 plus 5/9? That's completely wrong. So we'll just fix that. Pop temp into there. Let's Celsius, and we'll set this back to C. Okay. So if C is, I think 0 in Celsius, 0 is freezing, right? So and saying, all right, so C should be less than or equal to 0. If C is less than or equal to 0, return C is freezing temperature, okay? So that seems like the friend of the prompt needs to help with a little more than just code. Yeah. Questerson, and this one is so bad you might as well rewrite the whole thing. I know, right? Like I just thought I'm just taking out this whole second statement here. And this could be like we could rewrite this as a ternary operator and everything too. We can just say we could say C less than 0. Well, let's leave it as, let's not change it too much, but we could rewrite this as like a one-liner as well. But just not to make it too confusing, let's just say, all right, C less than equal to 0, return C plus is freezing temperature, else return C is above freezing temperature. Okay, let's try this and see what we get. I'm probably still missing something because there's a lot wrong with this. Oh yeah, and the bracket. Yep, you're right. There's a bracket there we're missing, before and after. Yep. Sounds like the friend needs to stop writing code in Notepad and start writing code in an actual in like VS Code or even CodePen. Oh, yep. And then else needs a bracket as well. Yeah. So hey, there we go. Question: the backticks on the return. No, it's totally fine to do it this way. You can This is the more classic syntax. We can do. You could do it as a uh, template literal if you wanted, but in this case, the syntax is fine. Hey, there we go. We got it. Yep. And I'm sure that a lot of the solutions are going to be one-liners, but in this case, I think this is a perfectly fine summary. Oh, okay. So the top solution, they did leave it as two functions, but I just thought it looked cleaner as one. But yeah, so you can see, I mean, they corrected pretty much the same things we did, right? Yeah. So don't forget also too, yeah, Uguay. Yep, there's no problem with. Yeah, we'll practice both as we go through these questions. We'll use both ternaries and we'll use standard if statements because I think it's good to practice both. Don't forget after you finish each Codewars to rate them because if you watch my point total, as soon as I rate this one, I get a point. So for each question that you do, you can get one extra point just by rating it. Don't forget to do that. All right, let's do the next one. Okay. Indifferent. What? Dude. Thank you so much, Indifferent. You're the best. My goodness. You rock. Let's go, indeed. Let's go with some 8Qs. We got this. Oh my gosh. Thanks so much. Okay, so this question here, yeah, seriously Indifferent. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Um, we're going to be creating a function called shortcut to remove the lowercase values in a given string. And don't worry about uppercase values. And Y is not considered a vowel for this kata. Okay, sure. So we've actually done something like this before. We did something like this yesterday, so it's good to practice. You could use regex, of course. For our purposes, we're just gonna pop these vowels into an array and do it that way. Oh, come on. Yep, so we'll just say let vowels equal this, make sure they're strings. There we go. Ryan Hawken redeems a try of 4Q kata. Oh my goodness, Ryan. What are you doing to me? Okay. So what we can do here is we can essentially, we can essentially check to see if, for each letter in our string that they're going to pass in, for each letter in our string, we can check and see if it exists in this array. And if it does, oh my goodness, Ryan. Okay. Ryan apparently has enough channel points to make me buy a webcam and get my cat on that webcam. Wow, 10,000 channel points already. Okay. Um, so Ryan, I don't have a webcam right this minute, but since you redeemed it, that's what the channel points are for. I'm going to be getting a webcam and I'm going to be putting my cat on that webcam. So I'm writing a note right now. This is happening. This is happening. I know, Ryan, I'm sorry I have to IOU you, but I wasn't expecting this. So all right, I'm writing down buy webcam because I said I would. So you will get to see the kitty. Yeah, Rascal and Ryan, my frequent viewers. I did not realize how quickly those points would accrue. All right, well, I got that IOU out there for you. Yeah. Okay, so for this one, we can essentially check to see if whatever string they pass in includes that this one of these vowels. And so I've actually done something like this very similar. And so I'm just gonna I have my code. I have a code pen with essentially something very similar to this in it. So I'm just gonna grab it out of my code pen. Control F. Come on. Includes. Yep. So I did something very similar to this. And so essentially we can combine filter and includes to filter down. So let me check I'm going to check the test cases here. So we are going to so they're going to pass in a string. All right. So we can do string dot split, which will split it into an array, right? And then we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to split that string. We're going to and actually we want to filter it on. Yeah, no, actually, that's just fine. So we'll filter it on each individual letter, and then we're going to check and see if vowels. So we're going to filter it down to only the letters that aren't in this vowels list, and then we can just join it back together. So this should work. We'll see. Crossed regex off Codewars bingo board. I don't know regex, so this is what you get for now. I'll probably be learning regex at some point, but for now we're gonna get to practice our array methods here. We'll see if this works. Hey, it works. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Joffrey. So yeah, what we're doing is we're taking in the string, right? we're splitting it into an array of its individual letters. Then we are filtering it down, and for each item in that, for each item in the array, we're saying, okay, is it not, because we've got our little bang here, right? A little bang means not. Is it not in this vowels array? So does it not match any of the values in the vowels array? And if it doesn't match any of those letters in the vowels array, then include it in the filtered list. And then after that, we join it back into a string, because we can tell from the test cases down here that the output is expecting a string to be returned. Oh, good, Edward. I'm glad this is helping you. Yeah. So let's attempt this now. Hooray. Cool. We got it. And another thing that I do that helps me anyway is, like, I literally have, like, I have a giant code pen going with, like, notable solutions for, like, past questions. Like, these are all my solutions. These are just things that I've come up with. Or if I really bombed a question, I would then just copy the like, if I got a question right, but I was really unsatisfied with my solution, then I would copy the top solution instead after I finished it. But this lets me just do a control F and, like, find stuff like this. Like, I knew I'd done something similar before, so I was just able to control F and just grab it. So that can be helpful as well. But we'll go ahead and submit this. Yeah. All right, this was a fun one, so we'll rate it as a very, and I get an extra point for that. Okay, next one. Hello, Apple Juice. Welcome. Good to have you. Also, too, we're not going to go for 4 hours again tonight. That was a really long stream yesterday, and I was really tired at the end of it. So we're not going to be doing another 4 hours. I don't want to, I want to limit to some degree the amount of channel points that folks can get. No, I'm kidding. It's a personal choice. It's really tiring for me to go that long, and I need to limit myself a little better. So. Hey, Sacco Cyber, welcome. All right. You're right. 4 hours is unreasonable. Let's do 8 hours. No, man, I'm not Lana Lux, man. I don't know how Lana does it. They're live like every single day. They've got some determination. Self-care, exactly, indifferent, right? We got to be careful about that. Yeah, she's a beast. I know. All right, so we want to create a function that accepts a list or array and a number n, and returns a list/array of the first n elements from the list or array. Okay, so if we look at the test case here, there's only one test case, huh? So they pass in an array down here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And then if they pass in 3 for our n, we essentially only want to return 0, 1, and 2. So what immediately occurs to me here is that I should probably use the slice, right? So what slice does is it returns a given chunk of an array based on the parameters that you specify. Is there a way to remove the join date on GitHub? I don't know. I'm not as familiar with GitHub as some folks are. My workplace actually doesn't use GitHub, so we use a different type of code repo. So I'm not too familiar with it, other than the basic stuff we've learned in class. Yeah, CM Griffing is nuts as well. So yeah, we're going to use slice for this, but if I don't remember how to do slice, like right off the bat, I'm going to just go ahead and go back to my js.info here, and I'm going to just look for slice, do a control F, and so we can see here the syntax of it. So we want to get from the beginning to the end. So we can see that in order to get from beginning to end, we need to specify a start. So we'll specify 0 for our start. So, and then I don't think slice is inclusive, so we might need to do n+1 for our slice, but we'll try it both ways and we'll see. So we're going to do n our array dot slice, and we're going to start at 0 because we want to start at the beginning, obviously, right? And then we'll start by going to n first, but actually I think I'm going to need to change it to n plus 1. We'll try it. Yeah. Oh, and I also need to say return. I always forget that. So stupid. I always forget it. Oh, okay, that works perfectly. Great. Hey, Pink Star. Hey, welcome. Wolfpack indeed. Welcome, welcome. All right. Forgetting return is my specialty. Why did that work? Yeah, why did that work? And I realized that after I submitted it that why it did work. So the slice method is not inclusive for the end value. So the end value here is true. It's true that it's not inclusive, but if you remember, arrays start at 0, so we're essentially adding 1 to the range anyway, right? So if I pass in, if you look at the test case down here and I pass in 3, we can see that it's not going to index 3 in the array in the output, but it is still returning 3 values, which is what the question is asking for. Yeah, because it starts at 0. Yeah. Hey, Scramby, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Epidemi, so my mic mixer actually looks pretty good now as far as the my input volume, but if y'all are struggling to hear me, do let me know. We'll go ahead and attempt this. I have my mic cranked up pretty high now. And submitted. And that was a fun one. We'll go ahead and rate that as nice. And if you all also, if you all are if y'all are just getting started with Codewars, or even if you're not in 100 devs and you're just getting started with JavaScript, there are some great series here on Codewars, like series of questions that people have put together and turned into collections. So like we can see, this one is innumerable magic number 25. So I think if you were to search for innumerable magic as a collection, you could probably get all of the questions in this collection, and those are fun to do as well. Okay, let's get the next one. Oh, something cool. Was that were you responding to the training series? Yeah. Um, is it possible to both download all these solutions from Codewars? I don't know. That's a good question. Um, yeah, I don't know. If anybody knows the answer to that, feel free to share. Oh, okay. So here's another debug one. Well, yeah, you can find all the solutions in the profile, but I'm wondering if there's a way to like do a bulk output. Lots of copying and pasting. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this question here. So new animals have arrived at the zoo. Zookeeper is concerned that the animals may not have the right tails. Okay, that's interesting. So we have to correct this broken function to make sure that the second argument of tail is the same as the last letter of the first argument of body. Otherwise, the tail wouldn't fit. If the tail is right, return true, else return false. The arguments will always be strings and normal letters. Okay, and we can skip this last part for Haskell. We aren't working in Haskell, so we don't care. So let's look down at the test cases as well, so we can see that it's passing in, as they said, it's passing in strings, and it's asking us to basically check and see if this X is the same as the X at the end of Fox, and that should return true. So that's kind of that's kind of the way we understand the question, right? Oh, Rascal automated the process. That's rad. It's awesome. Okay, so I can see there's already some things wrong with this, right? I don't even know what's going on up here, but we know that the parameters they want to pass in are actually body and tail, right? And then so we're missing an opening bracket up here, and we're missing a closing bracket at the end of the function. There's a random bracket in here. I'm just going to get rid of it for now. We're going to have to put it back, but any solutions? Yeah. Dumpster, I haven't been pushing my stuff to Git either, and I know I need to do it, and I'm going to have to backdate everything, and I have more. I have so many. So I've been putting it off. I was going to do it today, and then it was such a nice day, and so I didn't. Um, what stream of questions is this, Pierogi? This is still fundamentals. These are 8Q JavaScript fundamentals. Yep. Well, basically, maybe not necessarily fundamentals, but literally, it's just we're filtered down to 8Qs, and we're just doing it. My goal is to try to get through all of the 8Qs, every single one, for JavaScript. Just git squash everything into one. All right. So here it looks like they're trying to take the substring of the body, and they're doing body length minus tail length. So I'm going to tweak this a little bit. Instead of using substrings, we can actually treat a string like a little bit like an array. So we're going to call let sub equal body, and we can do, essentially we can just narrow this down to be body dot length minus 1. I think that's right. And yeah, and that'll get us the last letter in our string, no matter how long it is. And so now the next thing they're doing is they're doing a check here. So they're saying if sub equals tail, so they're missing an opening parenthesis there. And also this, I've done this before, a single equal is not going to do a comparison, it's going to do a reassignment. And so we're going to change that to be double equals there. Or, well, it could be, we can do strict equals too, to be strict about it. Then we'll fix our if statement here and put our brackets back. So if sub is truly equal to tail, then return true. Is that what they wanted? We don't even need this. Like, this isn't necessary. This return true is not even necessary. If tails is right, return true. Yeah, okay. But we'll leave it in. Else, return false. So let's test this, and let's just see if I've missed anything here. One more bracket. There we go. Hey, there we go. Awesome. Now let's see if we can, let's simplify this a little bit. So really, since all they want us to return is a Boolean, we can simplify. So I'm going to show you two ways to simplify this. So first, let's crunch it down into a single line ternary operator. So if we want to do a ternary, we don't need the word if anymore, right? So we can get rid of that. And after our initial expression here, we're still checking the same thing. We just put a question mark, and we say, all right, if this is true, then what do we want to say? We want to return true, right? And then we can put our else statement after a colon here. So we can just say false. Now, even this isn't necessary, but I'm just illustrating for those of you who might not be as familiar with ternary operators how we would write one. So that's an example of a ternary operator. So let's test it. Okay, that works too. Perfect. Now we can simplify this even more. So since all we're doing is returning a Boolean, or essentially, and a Boolean is really the default for any type of expression. Whenever JavaScript evaluates an expression of any kind, by default, if that expression is true, it will throw true, and if it's false, it will throw false. So essentially, all we need to do is say return this. Yeah. So we can pare this down even more to just say return sub equals tail, and that will still give us the right answer. Yeah, and different. The syntax on this was very weird, wasn't it? It's odd. Like that's why I read through it and I just rewrote the majority of it because I don't like the way it's written. So yeah, normally for those debugs I try to leave them kind of as is, but this one I really didn't like, so I just rewrote it. All right, we'll go ahead and submit that. Yeah, and essentially that's basically what what the top solution did too. Nobody else liked the way this was written either. And they combined it into a one-liner, which is totally fine. Yeah, so I mean they put it into a one-liner instead of declaring the variable first, but either way is fine. Actually, no, I'm going to say this is somewhat because just the way it was written was so weird. Oh, and different. You can go even farther than the one-liner? I'm curious. Do tell. Oh, ends with. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, I have seen that before. I bet somebody used it. Yeah, here they did. So the second solution actually used ends with. So, unique to a string, we can use ends with. And so you pass in two arguments and you can say, basically, you're just checking to see, like, does the string end with whatever the tail value was, right? And that'll return true or false. So, yep. I came across a few katas that just subtly insult us Americans. Uh, yeah, I've seen a couple like that. We did one yesterday where it was like saying how weird it was the way Americans refer to the floors in a building. I was like, dang. Oh, it's funny though. Okay, next one. We'll take a break at 7:30 after an hour. So probably a couple more and then we'll take a break. All right, let's go ahead and train. Looks like this is another long one. Oh boy. Okay. We got wolves in Great Britain. Cool. Warn the sheep in front of the wolf that it's about to be eaten. So that essentially it looks like they're going to give us an array, and they're going to give us an array with maybe a gap of some kind. So, and that's supposed to be the wolf. And we're here at the front of the queue. Okay. If the wolf is the closest animal to you, return, please go away and stop eating my sheep. Otherwise, return, oi, sheep number N, you're about to be eaten by a wolf. Okay. Where N is the sheep's position in the queue. Warn the sheep in front of the wolf. So in this case, we would be wanting to warn sheep number 2, apparently. But we'll check the test cases in a minute to make sure we understand this. Note there will always be exactly one wolf in an array. Oh, who redeemed suggest a poll? Lion, did you redeem suggest a poll? Looks like you did. Yeah, Lion, you redeemed suggest a poll. Okay. What poll did you want to suggest, Lion? You can think about it if you need to. It's okay. We can always do it after the break, or we can do it now. I don't care. You lost channel points thinking you were writing it in chat. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. I wish I could refund you the channel points. But feel free to suggest a poll if you can think of something. Pick one for fun. Yeah, you can think about it. It's all right. All right, so examples. Input sheep, 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 wolf, sheep. So we say sheep number 1, you are about to be eaten by a wolf. Okay. And let's look at see if there's more test cases here. So in this case, they're passing in a longer array, and we can see that this sheep here is in front of the wolf. Okay, so sheep number 2, you are about to be eaten by a wolf. Okay, I think I get it now. So for the first thing we'll need to do is we'll need to figure out where the wolf is in our array. Yep. Okay, so let's start there. Let's figure out where the wolf is in our array. So in order to do that, we can go to our js.info and we can find different ways of searching in an array, right? So I think we can actually really we just want the position of the wolf, right? So let's see. I think let's see if we can use index of here. I think we can. Yeah. Yeah. Let's use index of. Okay. So essentially, we can just say index of whatever. We'll just console log that first. Console log queue queue. In the US, we don't really use the word queue very often. Index of, and we'll get that. Okay, let's test that out. Oh, I can refund points? I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. Maybe over the break, I'll figure out how to do that. Okay, so we're going to look at the first one, make sure it's coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Oh, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So the wolf is at index 5, so that's working properly. And then in order to get the end from going from the other end, we can probably just do q.length. Let's just test that. Q.length. Let's see what we get back there. 3. Okay, so in this case, wolf, yeah, all right. And then we just return to find the wolf in front. We just do -1. That should work. Because yeah, we want to go from right to left instead of left to right. So let's test this. Q is such a long way to spell Q. Oh, and that's right. I forgot we weren't supposed to just return the position. We were supposed to return an actual string. Okay. So hang on. I got to read this again. What we're supposed to do here. I got distracted. All right. So that's essentially returning the position of the sheep. Okay. So let's just do let sheep position equal that. So that should be a number, right? And so we want to say, I know we need to there's a couple other strings that we need to return, but let's focus on getting the sheep position string first. So we'll do that. Say return, we use a template literal for this. I'm just going to copy and paste it directly. Sheep number, whatever. Sheep number, sheep position. Okay, and then we'll do our conditional. I just want to make sure that this is right. Oh, whoops. Hang on. Extra return there, sorry. Okay, good. So it looks like it passed several of the cases until it got down to this one. So that's perfect. That's good. All right. And so if sheep position, so let's see if, so essentially we want to check and see if the length of, if the index is equal to the queue length, then we want to return that statement yelling at the wolf, right? So if, let's see, if sheep position, so if the wolf is at the front of the pack, then sheep position would essentially be -1, right? So if sheep position is -1, oh, so when I have the UA display, the mark is complete and reject buttons. If you reject it, a return points to the viewer. Okay. Let me see if I can. Let me just see if I can do that real quick. Oh, good. I can reject it. Yeah, I can reject it. Okay. And I have been doing all of these, I swear. I just didn't know that I was supposed to be marking them off. All right, here we go. I can reject this and I'll reward the points back to you. There, you should get your points back. Thanks, Rascal. There. Okay, so so if sheep position is -1, then we want to say that whole thing, whatever that was, that whole statement. So please go away and stop eating my sheep. All right. return that. And then the other statement was what? I think, oh, it's just two statements. Okay, good. So, and then else, we just say this. Now this should work. Let's try it. See if we missed anything. What? Sheep number 0, but it said that for the wolf that's closest, say, please go away and stop eating my sheep. That doesn't seem right. Sheep number 0. For queue of one item, it said if the wolf is closest to you, return, please go away and stop eating my sheep, right? Did I misinterpret that? If the wolf is the closest animal to you, return, please go away and stop eating my sheep. But now it's telling me that it expected sheep number 0. Yeah, but but what they passed in was what I thought was this array right here for Q wolf. Yeah, that's not even one of the test cases. So I'm confused, but okay, fine. If that's what it expected, that's what we'll do. We'll just fudge it a little bit here. We'll see if this works. We'll go. And also too, I'm going to actually, hang on. I'm going to console log this real quick. Console log. We're going to console log sheep position. And Lion, did you get your oh, you got your channel points back. Good. Oh, that's me returning it. Okay. I thought the expected was saying that that's what it wanted from me. But so I'm returning sheep number 0. Okay, we're gonna console log sheep position. We'll see what this is doing. That's fine. Console log it. Yeah, so it's not even hitting that. Perfect. Okay. All right. We'll console log it down here too, just to confirm that. Yeah, so it's not even hitting that. 25610. Okay. Yep, makes sense. Yeah, expected your result to equal what it wants. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So let's look at this again. So sheep position 0 then. Let's try that. Yeah, you can absolutely use console log. Use it as much as you possibly can. It really helps. And you can use it combined with return. So you can you can have a console log and then your return statement. So it'll both console log what you're doing, and then it'll also still run the tests, which is nice. Hey, there we go. I just needed to fix that. I misinterpreted what that was going to come out as. So let's try it again. Let's try all the tests. Yeah, there we go. Simple fix. Simple fix. All right, we'll go ahead and submit this. Rascal says, I always console log, and when things get really crazy, I copy. Yeah, when things get really crazy, I copy them to VS Code and I write and run them there. Absolutely, me too, 100%. Because sometimes, just the Codewars doesn't have as good of a, an interface, and if you really are having trouble figuring out errors or something like that, what I'll do is I'll put them into Codewars, and then I'll run it in the browser because I can use Chrome's, better error handling to find the exact line in my code that's screwing up, right? So you can use Chrome and VS Code to run some stuff that way. Yeah, and so basically that's what they did here too. This is fun. They did a reverse. I like that. So they reversed the array so they could treat it like a normal array. Instead of going right to left, they went, if you reverse it, you can go left to right, that's a cool idea too. Very nice. I like it. That was fun. Yeah, you can put breakpoints in and everything. You did this is this my tail by yourself? That's rad. Nice. Okay. Oh, we got another debug here. Gotten a lot of debugs all of a sudden. Yeah, actual debugging tools feel like night and day when the problem gets complicated enough. Right, I totally agree. All right, fix the function. I created this function to add 5 to any number that was passed into it and return the new value. Okay, it doesn't throw any errors, but it returns the wrong number. So, all right, they say it returns the wrong number. So, in these that you might not be able to, like, I mean, this is going to be an easy fix, but you can always just go and test it without changing anything, and you can see what errors get thrown or what results get returned. So let's just test it. Let's see what we get back. All right, so expected 5 to equal 10. Okay, so yeah, and so I can see that the problem here, right, is that they're not returning, they're returning the wrong thing, right? So they're passing in 5, and they was wondering, why do I get 5 back? Well, that's because they're not returning the right thing. So we'll just streamline this down, and we'll just say we're going to just get total out of the picture, and we're just going to return num plus 5. And we could even turn this into an arrow function if we wanted, but let's do that. Yeah. There we go. All right, that was a fun little one. Yep, and you can see that's what most people did, is they just got rid of that extra variable because it wasn't necessary, and just returned num plus 5. Okay, we'll do one more, and then we will take a break, I think, depending on how long this one takes. This one might be quick, though. We'll see. All right. I'm going to hydrate real quick. Okay, so I need to write a function that reverses the words in a given string. A word can also fit an empty string. If this is not clear enough, here are some examples. Oh, good. Okay. So they want to pass in hello world, and they want it to return world hello. So let's look at the test cases. Let's see, are they always going to be passing in, like, okay, so it looks like so they're going to be passing in like a series of words, like a sentence, or a word. Okay, and then we reverse it. Okay, so what we can do here is we can take in a string and we can split it, but we're going to split it. We're going to try splitting it on the spaces. So instead of just splitting it by in each individual letter, that's not necessary and that's not what we want. We're just going to split it like that, and then we are going to reverse it and join it again. And we're going to join it again on spaces. So we retain the spaces between the words. So let's see if I did that right. I didn't check anything. We're gonna wing it. Hey, cool. Yeah, exactly, Amila. Yeah. Split reverse join. You did that one without having to Google. That's awesome. That's rad. Yeah, so I would say this is probably the easiest way to do it, but I'm curious to see if there's any other creative solutions that folks came up with on the solution list. Sometimes folks are super creative. Yeah, so split reverse join seems to be the most common. Oh, they even put some arrows. So this is fun. This person put some error handling in there. That's fun. I want to see if anybody was really creative. Somebody chunked it out into separate separate operations. That's fine too. Everybody's boring. No crazy regex or anything like that. That one's kind of interesting. You never know. We saw some fun ones yesterday. Okay, multiplication table. Your goal is to return a it's funny how different the solutions are. I know that just goes to show you how it just goes to show you how different everybody thinks, right? When you see extra handling, you see people being betrayed by other solutions, not saying there'd be different types of input. Yeah. And then being like, never again, right? Everybody's boring. Mine wolf, yes. Don't quote me on that. All right. We're going to do this is the last one we'll do, and then we'll take a break. You saw there's a Hello World one where somebody was returning crazy ASCII art somehow. Wow. Still, my favorite one that I ever did was one that was like very similar. It was something very simple. It was like multiply the numbers, and um, for the solution, somebody did like they returned the right solution, obviously, but then they also did a full console log, I think, or something of like the entire theme song to the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, which was just the best thing I've ever seen. This is the story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and all that. But yeah, they wrote out the entire thing. 8 solved in 24 hours. Hey, that's awesome. Okay, so return a multiplication table for a number that's always an integer from 1 to 10. Cool. Multiplication table string for number 5 looks like below. Okay. Yeah, so really we could probably just do a loop for this one, I think. And I think, what are they wanting? Are they wanting, the question is also, yeah, what do they want? So this is interesting, right? Look at what they want for the output. So because you might wonder, well, do they want console logs? Like, do they want, this X number of console logs or what? But so this is where looking at the test cases can help you, because see, what they actually want is they want one giant string. They want one giant string with new line characters in between each output, right? So yeah, it's good. This is where looking at the test cases can help you figure out. So let's think about this. All right, so let's do let string equals. We'll just declare an empty string because that's what we're going to dump our stuff into, and then we'll say whoops, and we'll say for we'll set I equal to 1. Let I equal 1. I think yesterday when I was doing a for loop, I think I broke the record for most amount of mistakes in a single for loop. So I'm going to try not to repeat that performance. And then we'll say I less than or equal to 10. So it'll be less than or equal to, well, no, it's going to be 10 because we're always going through 1 through 10 for the multiplication. So that's going to be hard coded. And then we'll do I plus plus loop through our I. And so essentially what we want to do is we want to say string, because we're concatenating, right? So we just say, and also too, I'm going to look at this real quick here. Where do we want the, so they want the new line characters. I wonder if it's probably going to ding me if I try to put a new line character at the end, but we'll see. We'll try it. We'll say string plus equal. It's just going to be, we just do a template literal there, and we'll just say I times, yeah, so yeah, it's just going to be I times 5, or I times whatever number, I times number. Yeah, we're doing a template literal there. Yep, I times number, and so that's going to be that, and then we just say equals, and then here we actually do the actual calculation, right? So we're going to do whatever the result of that calculation is. So we'll do number times I. Okay, cool. Then at the end we'll return string. Now I think this might ding me, like I say, but we'll try it. Oh yeah, and we could do a join on. Yeah, you're right. We could do a join on that character. Yep. Then the whole array gets joined in the delimiter. Yeah, so we could do this. Yeah, you're right. We could start this as an array, and we might have to do that. I'm going to see if it doesn't like this. If it doesn't like that I'm going to end up with a new line character at the end, then we might have to do that anyway. So then at the end of that, we're going to do -n. Okay, let's see what it thinks of that. Yeah, let's try it. Oh, yeah, you're right. I messed up the first I. Yep. This needs to be that. You're right. You got it. Good catch. Okay. Okay, so didn't like that. And yeah, it expected. What did it expect? Not quite sure exactly what it's looking for here. If I need to take the last new 9 off, we could try doing it as an array. That's fine. So yeah, let's try it as an array. So we'll change this to an array. Try it that way and do the join thing. So or empty array, and then we'll do so that instead of doing a string plus equal, it'll be an array dot push. Okay, and we can get rid of the new line. And then once we have that, then we'll turn it into a string by doing a join. So it'll be array.join, and we join on the new line character, which is \n. Yeah, because I'm wondering if it's balking at the /n at the very end, which would happen if we just tried to do it as a string. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if this works. And yeah, it could be that quotation. It could be that, well, but the actual output that's shown here doesn't have the quote marks. So I don't know exactly what it's looking for, but we'll tweak it until we get it. Hey, there we go. That worked. Yeah. So it just, all it didn't like was just the new line character at the very end that I had on there initially, probably. So yeah, cool. We got it. Yeah, and Rascal says a lot of these long string-based checks could really benefit from comparison or string diffing instead of saying it's not what was expected, right? Exactly. Instead of playing spot the difference, instead of playing I spy, just, give me better comparisons, right? Yay. Yeah, and it might have been taking the / character as a string escape. Yeah, of course. Yep. It's a good point as well. So in this case, it worked. Let's see, but look at what they did here. Look at what they did here. So I think it was actually that last \n. So in this case, what they did is they did something very similar, but they just said if I is less than 10, then return the new line character, else don't return one. So I think that was the problem. Yeah. No, I agree. I like the join. I like using join instead. I think that's cleaner. And looks better too. Easier to read. Yeah. Somebody asked to go over the solution one more time. Yeah, sure. We'll go over it one more time, and then we'll go on break. So let's see, my solution. Here we go. So if you click on my solution here on the end page, you can go back to your solution. So what we did here is we said we declared an empty array, and we know that what they wanted was essentially they wanted the multiplication table of 1 through 10 times the number, right? Whatever number they pass in, circulate from 1 to 10 and display the multiplication table for that value. So we just said, all right, we want to start at 1, we want to go to 10. So circle through from 1 to 10, incrementing by 1 each time. And for each loop around, essentially, we want to add an item to our empty array where we say essentially number, right? And this is going to be displayed as text, right? So whatever I is from 1 to 10, I times whatever number they pass in equals, and then perform the actual math. So for example, if I'm on, let's say, if I pass in 5 as my number and I is on 2, what would be written would be 2 times 5 equals, and then what would print here would be 10, because we're doing number times I there. So And in the end, so in the end, what we end up with is, I wish I could, if I could, let me just run this in CodePen real quick to make it clear. That's another good thing. CodePen could be a good place to just sandbox this stuff. Whoops, hang on. Sandbox this stuff. All right, let's do this. Okay, and I'm gonna add a yeah, and you can definitely, this could be shorter too. Absolutely, we can. This could be a ternary. It doesn't have to be. So let's console log this. Each line. Console log. That's console log. The actual array. Yeah, and then we'll console log the completed array as well. Just to show you what it looks like in each step, and then the completed array, and then we'll console log the final product as well. All right. So let's call this function now. And we'll call it on 5. And let's go ahead and run it. There we go. So we get back a lot, right? But what we get back, so we can see that as we loop through this, so the first loop around, this is what's in our array. The second loop, it's printing essentially each line of the multiplication table, right? Boop, 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 boop. It's, as it loops around, it's printing each line of the multiplication table as we go. And then once it's done, it joins it together, adding the new line character at the end. And so in the end, what actually prints is the same thing, basically the contents of the array, except one line, one line of the multiplication table per line of the console. Does that help? I hope that helps. So let's go ahead and rate this. This one was fun. Q, the guy from Star Trek. Oh boy. Yeah, right. Yeah. 8Q. Yeah, Q is pronounced like the letter Q. Yeah. Okay, any more questions before we go on break about this one? Yeah, and it is something from martial arts. Yep. So I don't remember the exact definition, but like I know that kata are basically like predetermined sequences of moves that that you can practice over and over again to help teach you. And I assume Q are like the individual moves, maybe. Okay, good. Glad you got it. All right, so let's go ahead and go on break. And I'm going to put up a timer for let's see, let's do 7 minutes, just because I need to feed my dogs and I don't want to feel rushed. And I know my old dog is going to need to go outside because I can hear him in the other room wandering around. So let's do 7 minutes on the clock, and then I'll see you back here very shortly. All righty. I'll see you back here in a bit. Go hydrate. All right, Aroni. Going to go ahead and stop the timer so it doesn't beep in your face. Nobody likes that. And we'll get back to it. Okay. Let's see if I missed anything in the chat here. My cat says hello. Oh, thanks, Edward, for sharing the kata that we've completed. 32,000. Somebody solved 32,000 questions. My goodness. Yeah, that doesn't seem possible. Unless that's what somebody does literally all day. Oh, welcome, Cranberry. Good to see you. Yeah, Kitty is here. He says hello. And once I get my webcam, you'll be able to see him too, thanks to Ryan. Thanks to Ryan's generous channel points redemption there. Okay, so we did multiplication tables, so let's do a few more. I'm going to say we're going to go until about 8:30, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Just because otherwise I'll just keep going, and that's not good for me. So I got to cut myself off at some point. Yeah, we'll go until 8:30. All right, holiday. Small things, cats and Codewars, right? And my dog is here too now. He's so my cat has shoved himself under one of my arms, and my dog has shoved himself under the other arm. So I'm kind of semi-incapacitated here. Okay, so the purpose of this kata is to work out just how many bottles of duty-free whiskey you would have to buy such that the saving over the normal high street price would effectively cover the cost of your holiday. Okay. You'll be given the high street price, okay, normal price, the duty-free discount. Interesting. I wonder if discount is the difference between duty-free price and regular price or the actual duty-free price. But we'll see. We'll look at the test cases and the cost of the holiday. For example, if a bottle costs 10 pounds normally and the discount in duty-free was 10%, you would save $1 per bottle. Okay, that's fair. If your holiday cost 500, then the answer you should return would be 500. All right, let's look at some of these test cases here to make sure we understand the assignment. So for passing in a normal price of 12 and a discount of 50%, then with the holiday price being 1,000. Okay, so I'm gonna check this here, and I'm just gonna say I've got my calculator pulled up in another window, and I'm just gonna say because I can't math in my head very well, so we're gonna do 166 times 6, which is 50% of 12, right? And that actually gets us to interesting. So 166 times 6 gets us to 996. So they want the closest without going over. Interesting. Round, yeah, okay, it says round down. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's think about this. So we want to essentially all we really care about is how many bottles. So we don't really care about what the normal price is. We care about what the normal price times the discount is, because that is essentially times we care about the duty free price. We don't care about the normal price. So in order to calculate the duty free price, we essentially want to do the normal price times 1 plus the discount percentage. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that first. So we'll say I don't think we'll end up needing this extra variable, but I just need it as I'm thinking through this. So duty free. Let's see. Let DF price equals norm price times 1 well, no, actually, norm price, it's going to be norm price divided by, no, let's just do this. Norm price times 1 plus the discount divided by 100 to get the percentage. So that's going to be our duty-free price. And essentially, we can just check for math.floor. We'll return math.floor because they want us to round down. It'll be just haul divided by duty-free price, right? See if I'm thinking about that correctly. Exactly. Always start without thinking too much about function length. Restructure as soon as you have the layout. Works for me too. Yep. A lot of times, yeah, I'll start out unless I really know what I'm going for. I'll start out with something longer and then refactor it once I've tested it and see that it works. So we'll see if I'm thinking about this properly. Expected 55 to equal. Okay, I'm not thinking about it properly. That's fine. All right, so let's see where I messed up. So passing in, so the first one, it failed the first run, right? So normal price is 12. So if we pass in 12 times, oh, wait, I think I see. I was actually increasing the price there. Yeah, that's my bad. So we want the discount. So it needs to be normal price minus norm price times discount. Yeah, that's my bad. I was increasing the price. Norm price times it'll still be discount divided by 100, but divided by 100. Okay, let's try that. I think now that's better. Yeah, because that'll give me the lower price instead of trying to increase it. Whoops. All right. Oh, and I'm probably missing a parenthesis somewhere as well now. Yeah, there we go. Extra parenthesis. Okay, so I passed the first test, but now I'm missing the second one. Okay, let's figure it out. All right, so 32 equal 294. All right, so pass in 17. Discount, so calculating the discount to a percentage, right? So we pass in 10, we get 0.1. And taking norm price times 0.1, subtracting that from norm price should give you the duty-free price. And dividing the holiday. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what the question is asking. Is it just norm price minus times discount minus, am I making that too hard? Oh, okay. I was making it too hard. I overthink things sometimes. I guess I need to read the question again. So, all right, the duty-free discount. Oh, it's the savings. Oh, okay. Yeah, I misread the question. They wanted us to go by the amount of savings. So instead of like yeah, okay. Because we're calculating by the difference between the duty-free price and the normal price. Yeah, I misread the question. So in this case, what we're doing is this isn't the price, this is the duty-free like uh, discount in pounds. So yeah. So that variable should be renamed there. So in this case, then what we can do is we can, now that we have it, I'll make sure that's right. Yeah. So now, and that's why big linter, that's why we check the test cases, right? That's why having these reading through these test cases and knowing what you're supposed to get in and out is so useful, because you can have these and be like, wait, that's not right, right? And in this case, the way I had it written originally, we were able to pass the first test case because the discount was 50%. So it didn't matter either way. That's probably why it was written that way. Yeah. All right. So let's refactor this a little bit. So we don't need to have this separate variable. It's not necessary. So we can just say We can grab this out of there and we can replace, just to do a one-liner, add an extra parenthesis in there. Okay, that should do it. All right, we can get rid of this and have it be a one-liner. Not that that's necessary, but yeah. All right, let's attempt that. Yep, we got it. Hooray. Yep. And so in this case, yeah, they did it. That's an interesting way to do it too. They did holiday divided by normal price divided by discount times 100. Yeah, fun. It's kind of like just thinking about some basic operations there. Okay, basic math was never my strong suit. Oh, do I? Parenthesis? Yeah. Okay, let's do the next one here. The code provided. Oh, we got another. Okay, so we got another debug. It's weird. I've gotten like 4 or 5 debug questions. I don't normally get that many, but I guess we're in that sort of patch right now. All right. The code you provided is supposed to replace all the dots in the specified string with dashes. Okay, but it's not working properly. So the code provide. Okay, the string will never be null. Okay, that's good. Task, fix the bug so we can all go home early. Fair enough. All right. String dot replace. Okay, so let's just look up the let's test it and let's see what we get back. Sorry, try again. Oh, okay, well that didn't give me anything useful there, but that's all right. So let's go back. Let's go over to our array methods and we'll see if we can if replace is in there. No, that's a string, so it's a string function, a string method, so probably not. But all right, string. So replace dots function return string dot replace. I think this is regex. So thank you, Big Linter. Yeah. So Big Linter kindly provided the missing character from the regex phrase. So let's see if that works. See what that does. Oh, so that replaced everything. So might need an escape before the escape character there. I think I've seen this before. So yeah, that looks better. Hey, there we go. Yeah. So okay, so what that's doing, I guess, then is just escaping the period, right? And I wonder too. I just want to look up something really quickly. I want to look up what just to remind myself for JS string replace. I just want to look this up real quick and see what we see. Okay, so we can replace specific things. So the first argument that gets passed in is the thing that you want to replace, and then the other thing is the thing you want to replace it with. So what happens if I try this? What happens if instead of using regex, if I do that? I'm just curious. I want to see what happens. Oh, the G makes it global, meaning it performs the replacement multiple times instead of once. Okay, that's rad. Yeah, okay, and that makes sense because it just does the replacement once if I just put it in as a single replace. Yeah. Okay, we'll get rid of that. So yeah, we'll do it with regex this time. Yeah, and you could map it as well. It could be a map. Yeah, you could have it check each of the you could turn it into an array and you could have it check each item, each letter to see and replace if needed. Yep, you could do it that way as well. Edward, this is regex or regular expressions, and it's a really good way to do complex operations on strings, specifically strings. You'll find it used a lot in like when you're taking in like a bunch of email addresses or user inputs, that where you can get a lot of variability in what people put in. It can be a really good way to check those strings and correct those strings as needed. But it's basically it doesn't it's not very readable. It's not very user friendly to read, obviously. So let's see what other people did. So obviously the first one's going to be regex because that's just what people like to use. But let's look at some of these other. Let's see what else we can see here. Regex. Okay, yeah. So this is I like this one too. This is another good one. So what somebody else did down here is they did a split on the dot, and then just an immediate rejoin, which I think that's really cool because the split obviously removes the character that you split on, and then you immediately rejoin it and replace that with a dash. I like that. Yeah, that's rad. And for here, they did a for loop. So they did, they basically declared the answer as an empty string. They looped through the entire string, and they essentially built a new string and checked each element in the string as they went. More regex. I'm just looking to see if anybody else did anything else. No, it's all regex. But actually, I really like. I think my favorite is actually the split and join. That's really clean. I dig it. Yeah, I'm sure the most performant way, especially when you get into longer strings, I'm sure the most performant way is regex. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That one was fun. Let's do another one. Dollars and cents. Oh boy, I sense more math coming. I smell math. Okay. Or maybe not. Let's see. Okay. So, the company you work for, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. The rest of your team will make sure that the argument is sanitized before being passed to your function. So, okay, so they want us to essentially add the dollar sign and also add additional zeros as needed. Okay, so the easy part, obviously, is adding the dollar sign, right? So we can just, I'm going to do this as a classic concatenation. So we're just going to do dollar sign plus amount, right? And let's see, thinking about how to do this. So we could do I'm forgetting what it is. There's a quick taking in a number. What is that? It's hang on. JS 2 decimal places. There we go. 2 fixed. Yeah, that's it. 2 fixed. So we can just say 2 fixed 2, and that should pad it out to 2 decimals. 2 fixed. Let's try that. Return. See if that does it. Yay. Okay. And Tim Scar also suggested pad end. Okay, let's try that as well. What's the difference with pad end? Pad end, is it 0? Like that? I haven't used pad end before. Oh. I guess I didn't do it right. We'll use, I like 2 fixed for this. Oh, it's a function on a string. I see. Yeah. Oh, 2 fixed is 2. Yeah, sorry. It rounded it up. There we go. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at also how some other folks did it. But I think this is probably one of the cleanest ways to do it. I'm sure somebody probably used regex. All right, let's look. Yep. So amount 2 fixed. Yeah, 2 fixed. Oh my goodness! Look at this. Look at this. I like this. What is this? Looks like, so they set up. Wow, they set up a constructor. I dig it. Check it out. They set up a wow. number format, currency, US dollars. That's rad. Oh, that's from the link you provided. Okay, awesome. Big, yeah. I'll look at that. I'm gonna open that I'm gonna open that and check it out a little bit after the stream. Yeah, I do want to read that because yeah, if it has to be formally formatted in a certain way, like to always be accurate, then I'm sure you would want to use something like this. Internationalization API. Oh goodness, I have to look up what that is. Awesome. But yeah, it looks like two fixed. Yeah, somebody used Regex there. Wow. Okay, they were being really thorough there. Okay, yeah, that was fun. All right, we still got time for a few more. Oh, thank goodness, there's an abbreviation. I-18 and API versus internationalization. Okay, this is one of the ones in the training series, training JS. So if you're just starting out in Codewars and JavaScript, I would suggest looking up this training JS series. It seems to be very thorough, but this shouldn't be that difficult of a question, I don't think. Hey, Meticulous, welcome. We're just going through some Codewars questions, not anything crazy. We're just going through 8Q questions. Yeah, my cat is here as well. But yeah, it's basically the same. If you were here yesterday, it was the same thing we did yesterday. We just plowed through some 8Qs, just doing as many as I possibly can. Hello, cat. Yeah, he says hello back. Huh, kitty? Yeah, you say hello, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Hang on. He's in front of my microphone now, so we can't have that. Okay. I apologize if he brushes against the mic and it's loud. I I can't hardly stop him. Okay. So they've written functions here defining 6 global variables, and every function has 2 local variables, A and B. Please set the appropriate value for the 2 variables. Select from V1 through V6, making these functions return a value equal to 100. The function equal one is completed. Please refer to this example to complete the following functions. Okay. Oh, thanks, Rascal. Yeah, Rascal, that's Rascal just provided there the list of all of the 8Qs that we've completed so far during the stream. Oh, thank you. Oh, Tim Scar, I see your redemption there. I am stretching. Yep. You have 7 rescued. Yeah, I have 1 cat of my own, and then I also foster cats and kittens for the animal shelter as well. So right now I have a foster mama cat and her 4 kittens as well. So okay, so we want to essentially just have this function return 100. So we can do, let's see, a plus b, right? So, and we need to use the existing values in v1 through v6. So for a plus b, let's just set it for v. Okay, so that should return. Yeah, so that's already set accurately. So that's going to return 100 already. Function equal to, set number value to a. Okay. Set number value to b. All right. So return a minus b. I assume they're all supposed to equal 100, right? So let's do. We'll do v3 for this one, and then v1 for this one, because that'll be 150 minus 50 equals 100. For the next one, we'll do v1 and v5, I think, because 50 times 2 is 100. I'm sorry, 1 second. I got to get the cat off the table. He's trying to lie on my keyboard, and that's not going to help anybody. And yes, Ryan did return the kitten cam, the kitty cam. So I'm going to be buying a webcam. Y'all are going to get to see the cat. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was on mute. I was talking. I didn't realize I was on mute. My goodness. Yeah. So I normally, and I basically acknowledged while I was on mute when I was talking. I basically acknowledged that yes, Ryan did redeem the kitty cat webcam thing, and so I'm going to be getting a webcam. Um, and I normally stream on Sunday evenings and Wednesday evenings. Um, you can look at my schedule on my Twitch channel. So go to my Twitch channel homepage, and you can see my schedule there. Um, but yeah, that's when I usually stream. I am thinking about moving my Sunday schedule moving my schedule up a little bit in the day, because it seems like for folks that are in different time zones, um, they tend to be like later, and so my streams are like really late for them, and so I'm thinking about moving them up a little bit. So my schedule might change slightly, both on Wednesday and Sunday, but we'll see. I'm looking at possible schedule changes. So yeah, just check out my Twitch channel schedule, and I'll keep that up to date. I have a schedulable move. Well, that helps me. It's good for me. I need a schedule, otherwise I won't stay on target. All right, so this next one is going to be A divided by B. All right, so let's do V4 divided by V5. V4 and V5. And then the very last one is A modulo B. Ooh, I like it. All right, so if you're not familiar, modulo is essentially the remainder when you do a division. So, math. All right, and that needs to equal 100. Looks like I might have to do some combination here, right? Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like I'll have to, because in order to get the 100 to be the remainder, I have to divide by something bigger, right? So I can do, I guess I'll have to be V2 divided by V4. Oh, question. Yeah, question. You actually said that. Yeah. So we'll try that. V2, V4. Okay. Let's see if that works. See if I got it right. See if I can do elementary school math. Wish me luck. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting one. It's basically, you got to pre-populate the functions. Yeah, because that works essentially, right? Because 200 does not divide, like 100 cannot be evenly divided by 200, and so the remainder is 100. Yeah. Hey, it works. Awesome. We got time for a couple more. I like the. I always, for any of the ones that are in like a training series, I always rate them as very, because I feel like somebody put a lot of work into this, and so I think that's a really awesome thing that somebody took their time to write out a whole series of training. Hey, Boo Boo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, then Virsha, I miss being a developer. Oh, what kind of developer were you? All right, this is the first step to understanding FizzBuzz. Well, we've already done FizzBuzz several times in class, so hopefully we can get this one. Oh, front end. Oh, that's rad. Are you in the then Virsha, are you in the 100 devs cohort, or did you just come from seeing me on the Twitch homepage in this category? This is the first step to understanding FizzBuzz. Your inputs are a positive integer that's n, that's greater than or equal to 1. N is provided. You have no control over its value. Okay, that's fair. Your expected output is an array of positive integers from 1 to n inclusive. Okay. Cool. We should be able to do this, right? We've done this a few times. Oh, Twitch recommended channel. Okay, rad. So if you are then Virsha, if you're interested in maybe being a developer again, we're actually most of the folks on this stream, we're part of a kind of like a training course that helps folks get jobs as developers. And we're all kind of learning like full stack, the MERN stack together. And Rascal too, there in chat, he just shared the link to the courses that we're all involved in, so you can check it out. Yeah, it's basically like a jobs agency with a training program. And I'm actually currently employed as a developer, but I'm still doing the classes because I think they're really fun and I'm really having a good time. So it's super fun. Yeah, and if you hang out in the Twitch programming arena, you might already know about Leon, but yeah, check it out. But good to have you here. Thanks for coming. Awesome. All right, so let's do this. So we get passed in n, right? So we can just do this as a for loop. So we can say for I equals 0, or let I equals 0, I'm sorry. For let I equals 0, and I less than or equal, well, it's going to be, let's see, is it inclusive or not? 1 to n inclusive, but we're going to do less, so we'll do less than n. We'll start with that and see if that's right. And then I plus plus. Okay, and then essentially we just want to declare an array, right? Let, oh, for outside, yeah. Yep, good catch. There we go. Let empty array, right? And then we just want to do essentially our push I. Should be all we need. And then at the end, we'll just return the array. Okay. Let's see what we get back. Yeah, so we want to start I at 1. And then we're going to need to do I less than equal. Yep. So it just depends on how you build it. But in this case, so we could have done this a few different ways, right? We could have gone with the standard of I 0, and then we could have gone, I less than, and we could say push I plus 1. So this might work too. Let's try it that way. Yeah, and that works as well, right? So now big linter, in that case, it was just an oversight of the starting value for I. But yeah, there's several different ways to fix it, right? We can change I to 1 and then do I less than equal, and then just have push I, or we could keep it as is and just do push I plus 1. So either way is fine. I was I had a plan all along. I was farming engagement, like Rascal always says. whenever I make a mistake, Rascal always just says I'm farming engagement, and I just tacitly agree. Oh, that's nothing. I don't mind being corrected. I make mistakes all the time. All right, we'll do like 1 or 2 more. Okay, let's see. What do we get here? Oh my goodness, it's a binary converter. All right, this will be interesting. Oh, Pierogi, there's no rules. I don't care. I'm not going to get offended if you correct me midstream. I might not see it until I might not see my mistake or what you're telling me until I'm done typing, but I don't care. There's no rules here. We're the Wild West. As long as you're polite, I don't care. No. Does engagement help a streamer somehow? No. It's really, I mean, just you like the number of viewers that are watching, that helps me. Because it lets me the more viewers I have, it lets me apply to be a Twitch partner. If I have enough viewers at once, on consistently across multiple streams, if I have enough viewers, then I can be a partner. Like if my stream audience fluctuates too much, then they won't accept me as a partner. But I have applied, so we'll see if I get it. I might not get it the first time, but we'll see. Thanks. How many do I need for that? Well, I've met the requirements. It's just whether or not they accept me or not. Yeah, they have some second level of, like, I've met the automatic qualification process, but which is pretty amazing because I've only been on Twitch for like a month. But we'll see. They have other things that they look at, I know. So Does that number include VODs? Well, I think they look at VODs, like the view count on VODs. I think they look at that. No, thank you. Yeah, it's been a wild ride. Like I say, I've only been on Twitch for like a month, so I'm perfectly fine if I don't get it this round. Yeah, I was streaming on Discord prior to that, but Twitch at least is a better Twitch is a better platform for this kind of thing. All right, so given a non-negative integer n, write a function which returns the number in binary format. Okay, so what are they going to give us here? Oh, thank you, Pierogi. Yeah. No, I think they definitely do look at that. Okay, so it looks like they're only going to pass in 1, 2, 3, and okay, so 1 to binary 1. Okay. In the test cases here, they pass in 1, 2, 3, and 5. Okay. It is wild. Yeah, the chat is wild in regular class, isn't it? Yeah, you can't really ask questions there. So yeah, these smaller streams are nice because the chat moves a lot slower. Yeah. A chat with 73 people is not as overwhelming as 2,600. Exactly. Don't even have to turn on slow mode for you guys. Y'all are polite. You're not spamming me. At least not too much. All right, so let's think about this. Okay, so I don't really know binary, but I think we could probably figure it out, especially looking at the test cases. So essentially, right, it goes in, from what I understand, do correct me if I'm wrong, but essentially binary is written like this. It goes like 1 is, we'll start with 0, right? And then 1, and then 1, 0, and then 1, 1, sorry, 1, 1, and then 1, 1. After that, is it 1, 1, 0 or 1, 0, 1? I need to look up the sequence. Counting in binary. There we go. Okay. Let's look at, sorry for the white screen. Okay. All right, so it goes 1, 0, 1, 10, 11, 100, 101, 110, 111. Okay. Light mode. I know, I'm sorry. Burn your eyeballs out. Okay, so let's just, I'm not entirely sure exactly what they're going to be passing it. Yeah, this is at light mode, right? Be gone from the light. We live in darkness. Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's just try a few cases here and see, and then we'll run a test and we'll see what kind of things they're going to be passing in. So we'll just do like an if. Well, no, let's do a switch statement. Let's do this as let's try it with a switch statement, and then we'll see if we actually have to do this more dynamically, or if they're just going to pass in a bunch of fixed cases, and how many cases they're going to pass in. So we'll practice writing a switch statement, and we'll see if that'll do us. So switch n, just because I like switch statements. I know not everybody does, but I do. All right. Case 1, return 1. Break, don't forget your breaks. Case, we're going to hard code these cases first, then we'll see what else they're going to give us. Case 2, return 10. Because I mean, we could do this as like a string or like an array or something too, but let's do this first. Case 3, return 11. And then I think they also showed 5 and 11. All right. Binary from left to right starts at 2 to the 0th. Okay. Oh, yeah, the break is actually crucial. When you're writing out a switch statement, break is required, because the way that switch statements work is that the first thing that they find that's true they start executing. So, and they'll keep executing everything below that. So like if case 2 was true, it would keep executing and until it reached the bottom of the statement. So breaks are required. All right, case 3, return 11, and then case 5, return 101. Okay. Break. I'm also really inconsistent about using semicolons. Case 11, return what? 1011. Okay. Let's try this. Probably not going to work, but let's try it. Okay. Just because I like writing switch statements. There's probably a method to do this, yeah. Yes. Oh gosh. I love that worked. That's amazing. That's fantastic. Oh boy. First try. Yeah, and in this case, I don't think the breaks were absolutely essential. Like I did skip one there, because the return is returning the value in that way. But requirements met looks good to me, right? They are crucial. First try. Yeah. Yeah, they are crucial, but in this case, we're using returns. So, like, if we had console log in here instead, you would need the break. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And did I? Yeah, because I tested. All right, let's attempt it. I don't know if this is gonna. Ah, nope. We got the test values. Those worked, but we didn't get the attempt. All right, let's see if there's a method for this. I don't know that there is, but sorry, JS2 binary, integer to binary, Stack Overflow. Interesting. Oh, hydrate. Thank you. You need a bigger switch statement, yeah. Yeah, all right. So toString. So okay, so it looks like toString. They're using toString there. Let's confirm that. Converted numbering. Yeah, okay. So we can use toString. And I don't want to understand the conversion process. I just want to do the thing. All right. Parse. So okay. So saying parse int. All right. Some decimal. I want to convert an integer, but ugh, that's nasty. All right. Converting an integer to binary. There we go. Baller. All right. Console log my number toString. Okay, cool. Let's do that. We're gonna try. Let's try this. We can use parse int toString. We can convert our string using the parse int. So that, well, this takes a string, but convert our string to a number and then convert that number to a base 2 string. And then we can. Okay, let's try this. Parse int my number toString. In this case, I think it's taking in a number though, so I don't think we need the parse int, but we'll just copy this whole thing for now. Value, yeah, it should just be toString, right? Yeah. That switch statement was fun though. I like writing those. People don't seem to like switch statements, but I do. All right. So yeah, I don't think we need the parse int here because we're taking in a number anyway. So we'll just do n. Okay, let's try that. Oops. Extra bracket, sorry. Expected undefined to equal, oh, I gotta return. I do that all the time. Oh, and that takes it to a string, and then we just need to convert it back to a number. It's all good. Hey, there we go. So what we did there was we used, if you're not familiar, we just use the unary operator there to do a quick convert from a string to a number. So that should work. Hey, we got it. All right, I got to remember that. I'm going to put this in my code pen. That's a good thing to know, how to do that conversion. So for those of you who don't know, I keep a code pen of like interesting solutions that like taught me something new, and I just put them all into a single code pen, and so that way I can search for them quickly. Yeah, and Parsint can do it. Parsint can definitely do it. But this is just slightly smaller. It's less typing. Oh yeah, Zenas. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here soon in a minute anyway. Thanks for coming though. What's my rank today? Oh, I don't know. We'll check that in just a second. Yeah, and so you can see that's what they used here too. See, they use the unary operator. They didn't put the parentheses around it, but I like to add those extra parentheses. So they use the unary operator and to string 2. So rad. But then the very next solution they also used parsint. So parsint would work as well. This was a fun one. I liked it. So yeah, let's look at where I'm at on the leaderboard. Okay, let's reload this. So this is just the dashboard for the team. I was at like 98 before. Let's see where I'm at now. Oh, 93, baby. Nice. All right. I feel bad for those 4Q folks. I don't think they're rating their katas. Yeah, pierogi. I don't understand it yet either, but I think what it's doing is essentially it's just converting. It's converting the number that you put, whatever number you pass in, to a base. So we wrote it as base 2, right? Um, the value that you pass in here is the base value that you're converting your number to. So essentially what that outputs is, if you pass in a number or an integer or whatever, and it converts it to a string with the number format that you specify. So in this case, we specified binary as a base 2 system, and so we specified base 2 here, and so that's what it put it into a string in base 2 format, and then we just converted it back to a number. Yeah, and you can use you can collect code snippets and that kind of thing for things that you use a lot. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So I think it's 8:30, and that's about when I said I would stop. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. But I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys might have before we wrap things up. Also, too, just wanted to mention for those of you who have asked me about putting my more recent streams on YouTube. This weekend, I actually uploaded a bunch of my streams to YouTube. And I basically uploaded every single stream I've done up until March 30th. And so all of those streams are now, links to all those streams are available in the threads on Discord. For those of you who are on the Discord, you can go into the Mayan Wolf streams thread in both House Hamilton and Women in Tech. Just open up the thread, and my additional streams are now at the very top of the thread. There's just a whole list of every single stream I've ever done, all the links. That's up to date through March 30th now. So if you want the YouTube instead, you can check those out. Oh, Melody Dev. Okay. Stardew Valley. Nice. Yeah, we'll definitely do a raid. Yeah. Are you in the wrong 100 Devs clan? So there is a little bit of an issue, it seems, with people looking like they're in the same clan. So, like, does your clan name match this whole string? Like, here, I'll copy and paste it in the chat. Does your clan name? Hang on. Does your clan name match this entire string here? Yeah, there's an issue with that. It's annoying. Yeah. So yeah, so your clan name should this is the clan name. But if you're in the wrong one, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's not going to hurt. You can change your clan. Um, and you can change your clan if you're not in the right one. You can just edit it on your profile. Yeah, and the Codewars, yeah, Amila mentioned too that the Codewars rankings don't seem to sync all the time. Accidentally joins 100 Thieves. Yeah. I don't know that there is a wrong one. So the thing I looked for was is Blah in the clan, and so you see I've got Rascal and Blah in my clan, so I'm treating that one as the right one, just because and I think Ryan is in here too. Um, Ryan Hawkins is in there too. Yeah. And you can also oh yeah, and so Dogman is the top one in my clan as well. Like folks were saying, the rankings don't seem to sync properly. I've been on the leaderboard for a couple days. It might take a while for things to sync up. I'm number 93. um Ryan is 39 in your clan. Yeah, I don't even know. It's not a huge deal, right? It's just the follow function. um Rascal is also a pretty high. Yeah, they are. Yep, Rascal's number 5 on mine. So I don't know that I'm never gonna catch Rascal, but it's something to aspire to, right? Okay, let's set up a raid. Let me know if you have any questions before because it takes a little bit to set up a raid. So feel free to ask any questions that you might have while I get this set up. Okay, so yeah, go back. Definitely, Amelia. Go back and go back to all your solved kata and rate them. Absolutely do that because you can get so many points that way. Yeah. And you can go like under your profile, you can see like you can go back to all the ones that well, I think you can go so when you go to the search, like you can go to the practice and you can filter it by ones you've completed. Like that's a filter you can apply. Go to, kata I've completed. And just go through each one of those. And if you click on the solutions, you should be able to rate it for each one. So you absolutely can do that. All right, bye Cranberry. Good to see you. Okay, let's see. Rascal suggested somebody, so let's. I'm gonna get their name. Hang on. Melody Dev. Okay, we'll do Melody Dev unless anybody has any objections. Gonna get them going. Melody Dev is playing Stardew Valley. That's fun. No, that's totally rad. Let's do it. They only have 10 viewers right now, so this is going to be a great surprise for them. All right, starting the raid. It takes a few seconds to get ready. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you had a good time. I'll see you guys again here pretty soon. Okay. Raid is starting now. Oh, wait, it's still waiting on a few people. Sorry. Still counting up. I don't want to leave anybody behind. It takes a minute sometimes. Happy Easter, yeah. And I know there's some other holidays today, so whatever holiday you're celebrating, I hope you had a good one. Another few seconds. Still counting up the last few viewers to get ready. Okay, raid starting.